Welcome. Look, now I just want to touch a little bit about your sparkling bubbles. We all like some bubbles. Some people don't like bubbles, but it's important about the carbonation. It's all around about your mouthfeel. Like it's the distribution of these bubbles that make a difference. And depending on which water we select, we have a very different mouthfeel based on the carbonation perspective. So looking at a couple of different options here, we have a very light, it's called an effervescent style of carbonation, which is minimal, it's almost a balance between a still water and a sparkling. It's right at the edge of the bubble. And I've got one here that's a natural carbonated one from Italy, the Ferrarelli. This one, the bubbles on this are super small. Just going to give you a bit of a share some information about the mouthfeel on this. The bubbles that I pour them and they're almost gone. Like it's literally so small. The mouthfeel of those bubbles are very tiny. It's just super small. It's it's almost to the level of a quality champagne bubbles. It's so small, but you can almost see you can't even see the bubbles in the glass, but you can feel a little bit on the touch of your tongue. A lot of people who don't like sparkling water would love this type of water. It's very nice with a fresh type of, say, sushi or very light type of food. And that one's a naturally carbonated. So this comes out of the ground, already got bubbles in it. So the Ferrari is a effervescent style of carbonation. So it's super light. But we're going to move up to the next level of carbonations where the bubbles are a little bit touch bigger. They're called a light carbonation balance. So with these ones, it's a little bit more than effervescent, but it's still not like the big bold ones that people are used to. So like the light style, I've got one here from Australia. It's actually artificially carbonated, but you can see straight away the bubbles, they're a bit bigger. Um, they don't last in the glass very long as well, but obviously it sits in your mouth a bit bigger. It still pops a bit more and it's got that really clean balance that coats your tongue and helps you. So you can sort of understand it's a beautiful water. It's got that light carbonation level. So it's not big, it's not small. Hmm, that was lovely. Next one, I'm actually going to do two of the same type. I've got a classic style of carbonation. One of them is a natural carbonated, and the other one is artificially carbonated, just so you can really pick out the difference in the bubbles. These ones are like the workhorses. They're great for food, wine, good for pairings. Some of them have a low TDS, some a high TDS, but they're all really good workhorses. Probably good for some uh, mixing. Pellegrino, San Pellegrino, artificially carbonated, world famous, all over the world. Big classic bubbles in there. That's got your carbonation. Like when people say they don't like carbonated, it's probably these type of bubbles. It still pops and goes bang in your mouth. It's literally like a fireworks, but not quite as big as a fireworks, more like little sparks or something. Mm. It's a lovely water, but you got that Pellegrino is a beautiful water. I'm going to move across to our natural carbonated Vichy Catalan. Not really worried about the TDS at the moment, just more want to talk about our balance and carbonation. So this is a naturally carbonated water, very small bubbles, but yet there's still a classic style of bubble. Literally, it just feels like they're running across your tongue. It's just bouncing across like sherbet bouncing on your tongue. It's a lovely. There's a lot of carbonation, but they don't last long in your mouth. I think that's the difference with the Pellegrino because of the artificial carbonation and the natural carbonation. So it's a beautiful one. And the last one's our big classic, a big bold type of carbonation. More than 7.5 milligrams of carbonation being added into these ones. I've got the Perrier. It's a natural carbonated one. It's a perfect one for mixing. If you're going to make some drinks and mix it, it will cut through all the other products you're adding into it. It's almost like an explosion going off in your mouth. It's like it's beautiful. It's big. It's bold. It'll cut through whatever you need to do. A bit like a coffee with having the a right type of blend to cut through the milk. So this has got that stuff that cut all the way through. Yeah, there's actually they're popping in your mouth. They're bouncing around. It's really refreshing. And just a bit of touch on. Hope you've enjoyed these. Carbonation is all about the balance of the type of bubbles that are inside your cup. Cheers.